If you need to find the x-intercepts for this function, or maybe it's the roots, or maybe it's the zeros, the TI-84 is going to be able to find those for you really easily. So let's get this graphed on our calculator. To do that, I'm going to go into y equals. So we're going to click y equals. If you have something already here, go ahead and clear that. So I'm going to hit clear. And if you have one of your plots highlighted like this, you want to arrow up to that plot and then hit enter so that plot is no longer highlighted. Okay, once we're here, we're ready to type in our function. It's a long one, but it's a long one because I've got two different methods that I want to show you. Okay, so here we go. We're going to type in x to the fifth, so going to our variable key, and then this caret above division to the fifth, arrowing over with our right arrow, and then I need minus 2x to the fourth, so minus 2, variable x, that caret key again, and then the number 4. Arrowing over with the right arrow, minus 16x cubed, so 16x cubed. And then right arrow, and then we want plus 22x squared. This time I'm going to use my x squared button. So I typed the x in, but now I want the squared key. So kitty corner from the 7, squared, and then plus 55x. Plus 55x, and then minus 60. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this graph. So here's what the graph looks like. Now there are 5 x-intercepts, which is what we were expecting. This is a degree 5 equation. I'm going to show you two methods. One method is going to be for the really nice zeros, the ones that we can guess. And then the other method will work for any of those x-intercepts that you might have that are maybe harder to guess. But first things first, if your graph doesn't look like mine, you might need to do a zoom standard. So I'm going to hit zoom, and then zoom standard there is number 6, or you can arrow down to number 6 and then hit enter, just getting us back to that default viewing screen. Okay, the first method is for the easier zeros. So for example, this first one here looks like it's at -3. To check our guess, we're going to go to the trace button. But what I'm not going to do is to arrow right and left, tracing through my function. As soon as I've hit trace and I've got my x and y coordinates there at the bottom of my screen, I can type in any x value that I want. I want to check -3 for x. So we're going to use the negative down by the enter. So the negative symbol followed by a 3 and then enter. It shows me where it's at and it confirms that y is equal to 0. So this is confirming that this is a 0, a root, an x-intercept. Okay, let's do the next nice one. The one right here next to it does not look like a nice one. It's -2 point something, but then I come across 1. 1 looks like it's a great 0. So let's just type in right from where I'm at. You don't need to hit trace again. So I'm just going to hit 1 followed by enter, and it again confirms that this is a 0 x-intercept root. The next one is not so nice, 2 point something, but then I've got another one here at 1, 2, 3. It looks like it's at 4. Let's just type in 4 and then enter, and that's one more 0. Okay, so we've got 3 really nice zeros, the -3, the 1, and the 4, but we want to be able to find these not so nice zeros. To do that, we're going to go into the CALC menu, which happens to be second here of trace. So I'm going to go second followed by trace for CALC. We want to find the value of a 0. This is synonymous, more or less, with a root or an x-intercept. So you want a 0, which is number 2. I'm going to hit enter there. And notice that it's giving me prompts here at the bottom. It wants the left bound. Right now, x is at 3.93, but I really want x over here to the left of my -2 point something. Now, there's two ways you can get there. You can either back up. I'm just using my left arrow. Watch how that left bound is changing and my cursor is moving there along the graph. This is a little bit time consuming. You can also just get to the left of it by choosing an x value, just like when we were in trace. Okay, so I've got -2 point something. If I put in like -3, that would definitely be a left bound. I'm just going to type it in, -3. Okay, and then enter. Okay, so here we're on the left. To get to the right of it, I know it's negative 2 point something. If I was just at 2, that would be to the right of it, negative 2, of course. So I'm going to type in negative 2. You could type in negative 1, or you could use your right arrow until you're to the right of it. I'm just going to type in negative 2. Look at these two arrows up here. It says it's going to find the value between those two bounds that you just gave it. It's asking for a guess. I just skip by the guess. I just leave my cursor where it's at and hit enter. And there's my 0. So it's at negative 2.236 approximately. This one happens to be an irrational 0. Okay, but we've got one more. We're going to go back to trace, back to calc actually. So second followed by trace for calc. I want to find that 0 again, so 2. Now I get those prompts again. So again, I want to be on the left. Now I'm looking at this 0 right here. So to be to the left of it, it's 2 point something. So if I were just at 2, that would put me on the left of it. Enter. Okay, see how your arrow shows up here and you've got that line drawn, which is really nice. To be to the right of it, it was 2 point something. So how about 3? So I'm going to type in 3 and then enter. Okay, so now I've got those two bounds. You're going to check to make sure that the 0, the x-intercept that you want, is in fact between those two bounds, and it is. I don't worry about a guess. I just hit enter here, and I came up with that last 0. Now, it might happen that instead of getting y equals 0 here, you get something like 1e negative 11. That's your calculator trying really hard to give you 0. It's actually using an approximation method here. Okay, but do we have all of our zeros? For this degree 5 function, we were expecting at most 5 real zeros or x-intercepts. With the first method using trace, we were able to confirm that negative 3, 1, and 4 were x-intercepts. And then by using the second method, calc followed by 0, we were able to find the two remaining x-intercepts, plus and minus 2.236. Now your calculator does this and so much more. I've got another video for you here.